guys? This is Ghost back on the MoBros YouTube channel. For this video, we'll be going a little bit into depth on the loadout I'm bringing to AMS Liberty, which will be happening on June 7th, Albrightsville, Pennsylvania at Skirmish Paintball. Should be a good time. It'll be an overnight event, and we'll have a good amount of MoBros going out. I don't think we've really done a kit breakdown on this channel before, at least not recently, so I figured I'd do the liberties of, I guess, going into what I'll be running. So, fun fact, I actually did do a kit breakdown with callsign Rice, who's a recruiter on our team. He also runs a YouTube channel independently on his own, and it was fun doing that with him. I'll link the video, so if you want like a real in-depth video on that and all why I chose this, why I chose that, and like if you want like full detail of what I did with my kit, then I highly recommend watching that video. But this will be a quick overview. So for this event, we will be running on the tan faction. I can't remember exactly what the name of it is, UCF, I can't remember. All I know is that the green is COST, C-O-S-T, and then we're the tan faction. For this event, we did choose to run multicam. However, obviously you can tell I'm wearing my tricolor. I am bringing 2 uniforms. I'll be running multicam during the day to start out, and later in the day and at night I'll be wearing my tricolor, just because I'll probably be drenched in sweat by the end of the day and I'd want to change uniforms just to get into something that feels a little more comfortable and less dirty. So I'll be doing that. So I'm just wearing it just for the sake of it. Now, getting into the actual kit itself, if you guys watch my content for any sort of time now, you know, you'll know what I run. I run the HRT Maximus placard with the 2 utility pouches. It's a great placard. I love it. Highly recommend it if you need that little bit of extra space for your pistol mags and your utilities. I'll be running my nav board for ATAX, and, well, not ATAX, but we will be running Ares Alpha, which is a really neat software. If you guys ever get the chance to use it, I highly recommend using it. Our command will be using Ares Alpha for this event. Oh, and one thing I should mention, I will be the RTO for my platoon, which, if you don't know, that's basically a radio operator. I'll be relaying messages between the squad lead, who's going to be Matty Mo, that's going to be our squad lead, and I'll be doing a lot of communication between him and chain of command. So to fulfill that role, I did a dual radio setup. So for this event, I will be issued alongside the Baofeng I run over here. I have one here just for the sake of having one there, but this will be changed out for an RB25. I've been told that they're more secure. I guess they're digital instead of analog. I'm not a huge radio expert, but they basically told me that this will avoid issues with people trying to jack into the frequencies. Better range, I guess. It comes out more clearer from the signals. I have no experience with them, but they seem like they've done this before, so I take their word for it. So this will be switched out for an RB25 that will be issued to me. So I'm excited to try that out. But all the connections are the same. The antenna connections are the same, which is good. So I can still use my the PTTs that I use for my Baofengs. And speaking of PTTs, Joker, one of our team captains, he gave me this really cool Peltor replica of a dual PTT. So each button correlates with you know, one radio. So like this would be for this radio, this button would be for this radio over here. And the really cool thing is that when you have it connected to your headset, so like say if you're talking in this radio, or somebody's incoming on this radio, you'll hear it in this ear and vice versa on the other ear. So that's actually a really cool feature because you can kind of hear, so like if there's communication going on at the same time between different channels, you'll be able to kind of hear them at once. I mean, that's a really neat feature. Personally, I just want to hear like one at a time, but you know, when you're trying to hear what's going on, sometimes it can be beneficial to kind of hear what's going on at all times. So it's a really cool thing. So moving on from that, oh yes. So one major change I did make to this was the fact that I got rid of my external radio pouch, and I don't know if I could put a picture of it, but basically I had this big, pouch for my replica PRC 152. On this side right here, that's where it used to be, but now there are two spud pouches here, and there's an internal cummerbund extension. So basically it's just something that hooks into the flap here where the cummerbund is anchored, and it basically extends out from that pocket, and it's really helpful because you save tons of space on your cummerbund where an extra mag pouch can go, or extra general purpose pouch can go. The one, I guess, downside to that is comfortability, and you'll have to readjust the size of your cummerbund. But to me, I mean, I run real plates in this thing. I'm running a lot of weight in this thing, and honestly, dude, I mean, I can handle it. I'm not the strongest guy in the world, but I've managed to do it. I managed to wear this for a sustained amount of time. And in terms of comfortability, yeah, it's not as comfortable as just the cummerbund itself, but it's good enough. Like, if you just get used to it and make the right adjustments, I think you'll be fine. So I'd say if you're looking into doing a dual radio setup for your plate carrier, I think this is really the only way to go, in my opinion. Just make sure your adjustments are correct, and you should be able to make it comfortable according to your needs. With that, like I said, we got the two spud pouches here, and we also have a spud pouch on the opposite side as well. In addition to that, we also have what is that? That is I guess you can call it a flashbang holder. I use it for other things, but you can put a flashbang in there if you really wanted to. So with all the pouches I have, you could fit 2 here, 4 here, 3 there in the front, and that basically equates to 9 mags on the plate carrier alone. Now, I mean, that's a lot of weight, don't get me wrong, but I mean, if you want to run 9 mags, and they don't have mag restrictions, I think they will have mag restrictions at this event. I think it's like 7 or something, which personally I don't like the rule of mag restrictions, but you know, if you went to an event where they said, you know, you can carry as much as you want, you'll have 9 on your person, just on the plate alone, and then I have 1 on my belt, and then 1 in the gun, so that'll be 11, which is a good amount of magazines, so that'll keep you in the fight for a long time. And I think sustained firepower is the most important thing in Airsoft, keeping yourself in the fight, making sure to return fire downrange. That's definitely something important that I recognize. But for this event, I have to run 7 total, so it's not, it is what it is. So in addition, I can put something else in there, like a tag-in, flashbang, whatever, or one of those big smokes that EG makes. So, not a total loss, so I can always put more stuff in there. And then for the back here, we will be running, as always. I mean, it's honestly my favorite part of the kit, if I'm being completely honest. The Haley Strategic Flat Pack, this thing is awesome. expands into a proper assault pack. You can make it as slim as you want. It holds. It advertises to hold like a 1.5 liter, but I was able to put a 3 liter in here no problem. So you can go ahead and put like a big bladder in there, and you should be fine. And also, just because I did forget to mention this, as always, I'm running my boo-boo kit in the front. This is just where basic medical, I guess, utilities go, like Band-Aids, maybe some trauma shears, gauze, all that stuff. Something mainly for heavy bleeding, but that's really about it. You know, it's not like I'm carrying a real IFAK with a sewing kit. That would kind of be overkill, but it's always good to have something like that in the field, because you never know. Now, moving away from that, moving on to the helmet. This helmet really hasn't changed all that much. I have my replica contacts. Always had these for a while. X-Fog unit sitting in the back. And of course my deadlight, which you probably can't see because of all the ghillie and the scrim on top, but it's there. It's got a red light there, which is required for the night games. My GoPro mount sitting in the front. I will be switching this out for my my Wilcox mount, because I will be renting night vision, so that's going to be a fun time. And I don't have it with me here right now, but I did get a special recording device for my night vision, so I can finally record night vision games for you guys. So that'll be really, really fun. It'll be really interesting to see how that comes out, and I'll show a picture of it if you guys are interested as well. I got it from Unobtainium Gear. I don't know if it's like their own product or they just sell they private label it. I don't know, but it's basically a tiny box with like a ring that clamps, and there's like a little lens there, and that captures what your night vision is seeing. It was like, I think, $115 for something that's like this, like literally that big. I mean minus the clamp that goes around it, but dude, it weighs like nothing. It can record up to, I believe, 6 hours. It can hold 32 gigabytes, which is about 6 hours. It records in 1080p, which is really nice for something that small. I mean, that's pretty awesome. So I'm really, really excited to try that out when I'm, when I'm out there doing the night games. So very excited to see how that goes. That'll open up some new possibilities for content creation. So, because doing night games is always fun, but you can, most of the time you're never able to record it. So really, really cool. And might as well point the elephant in the room here. As you can tell, I put ghillie strands on this. I got this off of Amazon, and I kind of wanted to match. I didn't want like straight tan. I wanted some brown. I wanted some green, just to look like dead grass. Because I believe out there they still got some tan and green out there in the woods. So I think this will blend in really good. And really the main thing I put this on here is just breaking up shape. I mean, I'm not really too concerned about like the color scheme. As long as it just breaks up the helmet shape, you should be good to go. And I think it came out pretty good. I don't think I went too heavy on it, but yeah, I think I did a good job. So looks pretty cool. Now moving on to the belt. This thing hasn't really changed all that much. As always, I'm running my Glock 19 in my G-code holster, 2 bang pouches, then my utility pouch that I just put my dead rag in, running my Blue Force Gear dump pouch, followed by a G-code Scorpion mag pouch, then a like a nade pouch for like what do you call it, the EG67s or like the Tag 67s. You can fit those in there. Glove carabiners, and then actually this is kind of cool. This was also from Blue Force here. It's like a little that pouch that you can like put miscellaneous stuff inside. I just figured why not, because I had the extra space there. So just figured why not, because there was just space there. So so going from there, that's really about it. And I guess you guys haven't been seeing my photos. These I think have overtaken the crossbows as being my favorite iPro. I love the Pit Vipers. People make fun of me for wearing them, but honestly, dude, when you pair them with the ESS gaskets, which fit great, might I add, these are really, really nice. You can see super clearly out of these. They're really, really nice. The lenses are great. The quality is good. And plus, I think you just get better protection. Sure, it's like a little bit bulky, but I think this does a good job at covering your face more. Because I've seen people who, you know, their eye protection is like nice and sealed, but like they'll still get it, like they'll get a BB like right there. I've seen that a couple times. The worst that'll happen is that like you'll get it hit on the cheek right here, because you know the lenses are big enough to like block those close shots to the eye, which is, it adds a little bit of protection, which is nice, which is why I prefer them, you know. So that's why I always love going back to the Pit Vipers. So so I guess other than that, that's the basic breakdown. Like I said, nothing too much has changed, except for the fact that I am running an RTO and I changed to a dual radio setup. And as a backup, I will be bringing my LBT 1961G. Those of you who don't know, that's just the chest rig with all the built-in pockets, with like the big spaces for the has like admin pouches, all that stuff. Has like a lot of room and stuff, and it has like the zipper, which is really nice. So I might run that at nighttime if I'm just like really tired and, you know, I don't want to carry all the extra weight that this has. So that'll be like my backup kit that I'll be bringing. But other than that, this is basically what I'm wearing in terms of equipment. Now onto the good stuff, the guns. So you guys have seen this on the channel before in the last video where I go into depth on making the Car 15, but as you can see, it looks a hell of a lot different. I 3D printed this OpSync suppressor, and it came out phenomenal. It's got like nice stippling on there, or knurling, or whatever you want to call it. You know, true to the original. And now this still has the retro rail on here, but I was able to 3D print Picatinny rail specifically to fit on this. So now I got a PEC laser, I got a Magpul grip. Flashlight's still the same, but obviously I didn't worry about changing out the flashlight. It's bright enough if I need to use it, and at nighttime I'm really not going to be using it anyways because I'm running night vision, and this thing's got an illuminator anyway, so it's not a big deal. And then I changed the Comp M2 sight for something that's compatible with night vision. So this is an AIM. So basically, this is the Comp M5. It's basically just a super upgraded version, the more modern aim point. And it's got like super dim settings for, or low light settings for your night vision. Really nice optic. And then, of course, just keeping with the theme of aim point, I just went with their magnifier. With a Arasaka low profile mount, which is perfect because I wanted to keep the height as low as possible because the carry handle is already the perfect riser for my optic for passive aiming. So this low profile mount is like really, really good. Does a really good job of keeping low to that rail. Same with this thing right here that the Comp M5 is sitting on. So I don't really have to change my my cheek position to get, you know, any higher to look down the sight. So I don't need to change anything in my you know, in my head position for that because it just sits nice and snug to that rail. So really, really nice. and stock. So, and of course, this is a front wired gun, so it's not built for extended play, but for nighttime, it'll be fine. It should last. Consider I'm not going to be like firing this all that much. But yeah, this thing has been running great ever since I upgraded it. Shout out to Rubber Ducky Airsoft, Manny Parnell, who's a recruit on our team. He really did a nice job with the work. Now it's got a gate aster, it's got a new spring, a new quantum trigger, which is nice. All good stuff. So really excited to run this thing. Plus it's just a nice little showpiece. Now onto the one I'm going to be running in the daytime mostly. And I'm sure you guys have seen this before. This is my BCM. Now, a funny story that happened recently. I left this in my Pelican case, which is a big no-no, especially considering it was wet and I forgot to dry it off. And next time I opened it, which was like in the span of like a few weeks, the aluminum was corroded as hell. I'll show you a picture of it. I mean, this thing was looking awful, and I had to do a last-minute paint job. And it still looks a little rough, but I think I did a pretty good job with the with the paint. Just took a rattle can and just, I had some netting lying around, so I gave it like a little bit of a netting pattern. So came out pretty good. Now to hide the fact that you got like a big scope on here and it's like black, it doesn't really blend in with like these colors all that much. I took an old scrim from a helmet and I just wrapped it around the scope and it looks pretty good. I don't know, I think I did a pretty good job. So I was considering painting the scope, but I just figured like, just put some scrim around it, and it looks pretty good. It does a good job at like breaking up the shape of that scope, and I can see, I still have like access. Nothing's like tangled or anything like that, so it's good. And this thing still shoots great after the fact. I honestly thought this thing was ruined, but internals are still good. Still fires nice. And it still fires within the joule limit. And same as before, I'm running a cloud defense light on there. And then I got a suppressor, a mock suppressor on there as well from Gemtech. And yeah, this thing's been a nice little workhorse, and it'll perform pretty well. Alright, so I guess to finish things off, I guess I'll just put everything on and just kind of show you how it all comes together. So here you go, guys. This is it. Sorry if the lighting is a little bit off, but you probably see that kit looks pretty good. I think multicam and DCU actually look pretty good. The tricolor pattern in particular. Yeah, dude, I think this looks freaking sick, and hopefully we get some good photos. But like I said, I'll be wearing multicam most of the time, and I'll be wearing a balaclava or a tan one. I just like to cover up my face, just because to me it kind of tends to stick out a little bit, so I just like to cover up as much as I can. But yeah, definitely like the look of this. Kind of a little bit of retro, a little bit of modern with the Car 15 and the old camo. Yeah, it's a good look. Not gonna lie, it's a good look. So, guess with that, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I plan on making more of these. They seem to be pretty popular. Maybe I should do this for like every event we go to, because, I'm not wearing the same thing everywhere I go. I do mix it up a little bit, so maybe we can make this a continuing series. But I had a lot of fun making this, guys, so leave a thumbs up, follow the team, and I'll see you in the next one.